Good morning, Gemini. It's Kimberly here, and I am gardenwitchtarot@gmail.com. You can email me. I was gone for several months. I took a little break from this online adventure because I had a lot going on in my life, but I'm back, and I will be doing personal readings, but on a pretty limited basis. But please feel free to email me. Otherwise, let's get started. We're going to do a general reading for Gemini for April of 2018. I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. It's a wonderful little deck with beautiful cards. We're having coffee too, so good morning to you, Gemini. Let us see what we have in store for April of 2018 for our Gemini friends. Whoa! And then there were cards everywhere, and we were dodging them. Okay. What have we got for Gemini for April of 2018? Okay, I feel like that's really actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and cut these puppies. And this card, this card wanted to stand out for whatever reason. So this is 21 in the major arcana. Gemini, we have the world for you. So the world is actually the end of a cycle. There's 22 cards in the major arcana, and the first one is a 0 card, which is the Fool. And 21 is the world, and it is the end of a cycle. So for many of you, something is coming to an end. And it looks like it's major, or there's a sense of completion, like arriving to a point where everything is really good. And as you can see in this card, this witch is sitting on a beach, and she's got, you know, the wind at her back, and she's got this carefree, beautiful attitude, and she just looks very content. So I feel like this is a good thing, and it came out in the upright for you, Gemini. We're just going to sit her right over here, and then we're going to go ahead and lay out your cards. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you now, Gemini. Let's just see what we have for Gemini. Okay, so this card jumped out, but our actual significator at the bottom of the deck here is the Queen of Swords. And this is great. Swords are air signs. In Gemini, you are an air sign. So the actual card of Gemini is the Knight of Swords. And in the major arcana, it's the Lovers. But this Queen of Swords, I think this is pretty indicative that you're like kind of in your element and feeling like that kind of wisdom and noble presence and really being in control of yourself. So I think this is a lovely card. Along with the world, things are looking pretty good right now so far, Gemini. So far, so good. So what we have as the here in the middle of our Celtic cross, which represents the situation or you, is the Four of Pentacles. And then it's crossed by the Queen of Cups. Crossed, or this card can be a hindrance or a help. It just depends on your situation. But the situation itself, or you in the situation, whatever it might be to you, is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is about not wanting to let go of something. So it's not necessarily, it can be about greed, but it's more of a fear of letting something go. And so since we're dealing with pentacles here, this could be an earth sign person. It could literally be pentacles. It could be a financial situation or something that you're like letting fear hold you back from. But there's this sense of like you're not willing to let something go. And it could be, like I said, an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Or it could be a financial situation where fear is driving you. And what's crossing here is the Queen of Cups. So, or it could be an earth sign person that's not letting you go. The Queen of Cups is crossing here. So it could be for some of you that there's a Cancer person. The Queen of Cups is the card of Cancer. It could be that there's a Cancer person that is interfering somehow, or it could be that a Cancer person is helping. It could be that the reason you don't want to let go of something is because of love, because the Queen of Cups is about love and fertility and abundance and fruition of sorts. So that will make sense to those of you who it's supposed to make sense to, and those of you who it doesn't, please respectfully watch a different video that does apply. At the foundation of this situation is the Page of Cups. So again, we have another water sign here. The Page of Cups, it is not indicative of any sign, but it's a card of creativity, and you know that all of the cups really have to do with your emotions and getting in touch with your emotions. But the Page of Cups in particular is a very young and vibrant energy. It's full of creativity and like really like an offer of your heart's desire or something of that nature. And as you can see, this little witch is painting on an easel here, and he just looks happy as a lark. So that is at the foundation. Something that and it may be a new situation since it is the Page, something that's kind of in its infancy, something that is exciting to you or makes you feel emotionally fulfilled. And so there's something going on, but you're afraid to let go of either your finances, or you're afraid to move forward for some reason. This Four of Pentacles is you sitting down and being afraid of something, and this may explain a lot. So in the relatively recent past, then we've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like for some of you, this Ten of Swords is very obviously about betrayal, and this witch is been, you know, stabbed in the back, and the assailant is running off, and he can't get to his broom. You know, this is a pretty detrimental looking card. But the good aspect of this card is that the sun is here on the horizon. So, and the 10 is the end of a cycle. So it means that you're coming out of this. Now, with it being in reverse, it could definitely be that this is that the cycle has ended here, this negative cycle. And here with the World card, that definitely could be that something toxic has ended and you're in a better place because of it. Or it could be, since it's in reverse, that you're taking it very, very poorly and it's had a huge, huge impact on you. Now, what's driving you in this situation, crowning this situation, is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So this is all coming together for us here, Gemini. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is literally at the top here of this card reading. The cup is being emptied out onto it. So I think there's been something, an offer of love or a true love situation for some of you that has really gone awry, you know, and now the cup is empty. It's, you know, you spilled your milk and you were betrayed, and there's something new. There's something new happening here, and it's good. There's something positive happening here with this Queen of Cups, but you're not willing to move out of the posture that you've been in. It's pretty defensive. You're like, no, Mike, I get the feeling that there's been hurt and betrayal, and now you're not willing to take a chance on something else, even though it's really good, because you've had your heart broken here with this Ace of Cups in reverse. So moving into the immediate future, we have the Three of Cups, which is about celebration. Now, some people will say that this, as all triune cards, the Three of Pentacles, I think more hints at infidelity, like a third party situation. In this deck, I really don't feel this way. I really feel like this is a time for you to just enjoy your cups being filled and sharing that experience with the people that are around you. And this card is really about, you know, sisterhood. This triune of three in the Three of Cups is the mother, the maiden, and the crone aspect of the goddess all coming together. So it's like, you know, really things that affected you while you were younger, and then you know, when you're in the middle of your life and you've got new behind you, but you're really able to focus on what's happening now because you have well-developed skills. And then looking forward, or if you're in a later stage in your life, you know, you've been there, done that kind of thing. So this is really like all things coming together in a positive way, and communing with friends, older, younger, family, you know, especially for you women out there, getting in touch with other female friends. So I feel like this is a positive aspect, and I think that this will bring some healing to you by coming together and leaning on your friends, and having some time that you spend and have fun and get to know get back in touch with your friends, kind of thing. How you're seeing yourself in this situation is the Hermit in reverse. And again, we have here a Major Arcana card. So far, we're just up to the 2 Major Arcana cards. And we've got one coming up. And I think it's a good one, and you're going to like it. But the Hermit in reverse, it looks like you've taken a time of respite, away from the hustle and bustle of life, and now it's time to come out of that posture with this Hermit in reverse. Some of you could be taking this to an unhealthy level, and you need to watch that, retreating into yourself, because this is saying you need to go out and rejuvenate and have a time with your friends and family and the people that you care about. And I think it's really interesting that here we have this Ace of Cups. It's in the reverse. The cup is pouring out, but it's coming down here into this. So, you know, this to me says that this is a way to recuperate some of the emotional hurt and some of the loss that you've had, that you're feeling emotionally, and you can refill your cup by spending time with your friends and getting, you know, maybe there's some people that you haven't talked to in a while, or something of that nature that you need to get back in touch with, and then get ready to come out of this posture. The Five of Wands is this card in the Celtic cross is either what's in your environment or how other people are seeing you in this situation, related to this situation. Now, the Five of Wands is about bickering and arguing. It's really like a card of conflict and pettiness. It's a very petty card. So some people could be seeing you as petty. Some people could, with this in the reverse, could see you being so petty or so stuck in maybe in your own headspace over something that, like, people may be starting to think, especially with you in this hermit posture, they may start thinking, you know what, it's time to get over this. There's no way to reason with this person, because they won't let go. And so to me, this in reverse, like, it's time to let go of something. I see here that there's betrayal and hurt. The cup has been emptied, but, you know, things are coming out. Like, there's wisdom here. You know, you've learned from this experience, whatever this is that's wrapping up, and it is wrapping up here with the World, okay? So things are coming to an end. In your hopes and fears, we've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, and as you can see, this little witch, she's in a tornado. So I think you're afraid, maybe some of you may be afraid that you can't You may feel like you can't communicate yourself in a healthy or effective manner. Or it could be that with the Eight of Wands in reverse, that you're afraid that that you just feel like you feel really, really flustered with the situation, and you're scared to even try to communicate because it's gone poorly maybe in the recent past. But you're afraid that it's going to send you spiraling. And I just get the feeling that it has to do with not being able to communicate yourself in the manner that you want to. And maybe some of this stuff that you've been through in the past has to do with communication here with the Wands. You know, because there's definitely a block here. Or it could be that you're afraid that somebody won't communicate with you that you want to hear from or expecting to hear from. And in the outcome card here, we have the Empress. So I think this is really, really beautiful. With the Empress, this could be a female Aries, or it could be, you know, the Empress sees life and newness and rejuvenation. And you can see here that the Empress is carrying a child. For some of you, this could be pregnancy. I don't like to usually read that into this card, but for some of you, that definitely could be. You've got love here and loss, but things are looking positive. So there's definitely, though, whether this is pregnancy or not, there definitely is this commanding kind of spirit of, you know, I can handle this, and this foresight that comes along with the Empress card, which is like, if you can imagine yourself as like being on top of a hill, and you can see what's happening in the lands all around you. So I think this is a beautiful, beautiful card here. Like I said, you've got good things happening. It looks like you've got some bad stuff here in the past, and you're still dealing with that. You may be dealing with this in a negative way, because people are starting to, I think what I'm getting here is like, if I come to you and say, hey, you know, I know you've been through a lot, but you're a super wonderful person, and blah, 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 blah. And then you're just like, oh no, blah, 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 blah. Everything's bad. Garbage, garbage, garbage. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, after I can only say it so many times. Is that ringing a bell with anybody, Gemini? Your friends can only like be positive so many times and get negative feedback before they're like, you know what, I don't even want to go and talk to that person, because no matter what I tell them, it's just bad, bad, bad. And it could be, Gemini, that you need to really reflect within yourself and see the positive, and allow the people that care about you and love you and want to be supportive, allow them to be supportive. Learn to take a compliment, okay? Because there's a lot of positive things going on. This needs to be addressed, okay? This not letting go, okay? Because there's so much good happening, and like I said, you're scared. You've been heartbroken. You've been betrayed. You don't want to let go. It's like, you know, burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me, kind of thing. And so you don't want to let go. And all I can tell you, Gemini, is that there is a difference in learning from the past and being stuck in the past. Learning from your mistakes and moving forward cautiously, and then being stuck in a no, nothing can touch me, in order to protect yourself. And sure, you can protect yourself forever that way, but you also can't move forward. You also can't, you know, invite new and good things into your life if that's the posture that you're in. Okay? So we're going to move on to some oracle cards for you, my lovely Gemini friends. I'm going to turn these over. What have we got for Gemini for April? I don't know why this card is upside down. Okay. What have we got for Gemini in April 2014? There we go. 2014. That means something to somebody. I guarantee it. But it's 2018. Oh, wow. So we've got 2 cards here, Gemini. Number 40, which is Jackpot. This is the Oracle of E by Pam Grout and Colette Baron Reed. And I love this Oracle. It's hip and sassy and relevant and wonderful. So 40, Jackpot. And then number 32, Everything is Beautiful. So let's read these cards really quickly. I always want to try to go so fast, and I always run so long, and I know people get bored and are like, get done, lady. Okay, so Jackpot. It says, do you see dollar signs? They're circling around you like a veritable cyclone. Everything in your aura is pointing to material gain. Do you want to manifest a new house, more love, a better job, a new life, maybe a bigger pocketbook, maybe Gucci? Bingo! Might be wise to make some room. And that's exactly what we're saying here. You've got to let go of that old garbage, like really let it go in a healthy, productive way before you can make room for all the beautiful things that are happening. And Gemini, you've got beautiful things happening in your life. It's right there. It's all there, but you've got to let go of that 4 of Pentacles. You've got to get off that soapbox, okay? And then 32 is our other card. Everything is Beautiful. It says, get ready to be dumbfounded in the best way possible. You will be speechless at how beautiful your life really is. Things that once seemed common, that you often took for granted, are about to show off their true colors. Real beauty is about to come into focus. You can thank the universe later. So you've got to let it go, and then you can realize, once you let go of the hurt of the past, and I understand, Gemini, I've been hurt in the past too. I've been brutally, brutally hurt. I had my heart broken like at least once, where I said, that time, I refer to it as that time that I had my heart ripped from my chest and strapped to the hood of a car to be passed like the world's largest kidney stone. It's dramatic, but it was dramatic. And it was painful. Like, it literally hurt. I was in physical pain. I was so hurt. But you have to let it go. Because if I live every day trying to avoid that pain again, I can't open myself up for new experiences and new love and new opportunities with new wonderful people. Okay, Gemini? So you're lovely. I love you. You're wonderful. Please email me. I will be, like I said, doing limited personal readings, but I will see you soon, Gemini. Thanks.